Before we begin, I want to tell you why this series exists. There was a season in my trading where I looked successful from the outside, but felt hollow on the inside. My heart would race at the screen, my palms would sweat, and I carried the market into every room of my life. I thought I just needed a sharper setup, another indicator, or a tighter plan, but none of it fixed the tension I lived with. And then in a moment of exhaustion, I asked myself the question that changed everything. Why am I really doing this? That question became a doorway, not into another trading strategy, but into a completely different way of being at the screen, and a different way of showing up in my life when the session was over. My why is simple. I trade to serve my life, not to consume it. I trade so that when I close the laptop, I can walk into the next room with presence, peace, and love. I wanted freedom, not just financial freedom, but freedom from fear, freedom from chasing, and freedom from carrying the market like a stormy cloud into my family. That's why the Sacred Trader exists, because trading isn't only about charts, it's about identity, and identity shapes every decision. So what is the Sacred Trader? On the surface, it looks like trading content, but at its heart, it's a path of transformation. It's about moving from frantic to faithful, from gambling to grounded, from chasing to serving. It's about becoming the kind of person whose patience provides, whose discipline is love in action, and whose results reflect who they're becoming, not just what they're doing. This series is here to show you how I made that shift, the principles that hold it together, and the daily practices that make it real when the pressure is on. We're going to begin with the most important thing, identity. I'll take you into the shift I had to make from the desperate perfectionist or overachieving trader into what I call now the Sacred Trader. You'll see how I rewrote the old stories that were running me, and how that single shift opened the door to everything else. From there, we'll step into the 3 sacred laws that hold this work together. I'll share how frequency, the state I carry into the market, shapes what I even notice on the screen. I'll talk about embodiment, how my body and nervous system can either sabotage me or support me. And I'll reveal how resonance, the simple truth that the market mirrors who I'm being, became a compass I couldn't ignore. Once those foundations are in place, I'll walk you through the morning engine I created. It's a simple ritual of breath, focus, and grounding that takes just minutes but changes the entire way I step into the day. Without it, I slip back into the old patterns, but with it, I show up as the trader I want to be. Later, we'll get into the sacred contract, how I learned to treat my plan like a vow, not a suggestion. I'll show you how that contract simplified decisions, removed drama, and gave me the kind of consistency I used to think was possible. We'll talk about the execution under fire, the small, practical behaviors I rely on when the market tests me, and we'll cover recovery and integration, how I close sessions and re-enter my life so my family doesn't inherit whatever the market left behind. And I'll even take you into my journaling process, not as punishment or paperwork, but as a way to rewire identity day by day. Finally, we'll explore what I call sustainable ambition, the way to pursue growth without burning yourself down, so this work becomes a way of life, not just a sprint. This isn't just theory. It matters every time your cursor hovers over a setup you know you shouldn't take. It matters when a loss tempts you to chase it. It matters when a win inflates your ego and invites recklessness. It matters in the quiet moments when you close your laptop and walk into another room, because that's where the real results are felt. Not just in your account, but in your presence, your relationships, and ultimately your peace of mind. So here's my invitation. Don't just watch this series for more trading knowledge. Let it become a mirror for who you are at the screen and who you are becoming beyond it. Follow along episode by episode. Sit with the questions, try the practices. Write down the one sentence each video leaves you with, and live it out the next day. That's how this becomes real. Because the sacred trader isn't something you memorize. It's someone you become. Welcome to the journey. Let's begin.